So I'm working on a project right now, both a teaching and research project where I'm trying to determine basically how students learn about monetary policy and whether the playing of a game, an interactive game, increases knowledge and retention about monetary policy. So what I've constructed here is a survey and kind of a set of instructions for playing the game and recording the results. And this is going to be a extra credit opportunity, but I wanted to walk, if you decide to do it, I want to walk you through the steps you would need to follow to earn the extra credit. So you can see in this document here that I've outlined is that I'm trying to figure out the best way that students can learn monetary policy. And as you're going to learn later, although you may not have learned it yet, that monetary policy basically consists of the way that the Federal Reserve Bank in the United States, basically the central bank, adjusts the money supply through the interest rate to get certain economic statistics to be what they want them to be, such as the inflation rate and the unemployment rate. So what I want you to do is before you even know anything, before you actually start to learn anything about monetary policy formally, what I want you to do is start by playing this game, a game that I'm going to show you here, and recording the results. So on Laulima, you're going to see this kind of very easy Google document that you'll be able to use, and you're going to see that it's over 16 economic quarters, meaning that you're going to play the game 16 times. It's very fast. You're just adjusting one number and you're seeing the result. But each time you're going to record three numbers: what the inflation rate is at that point, what the unemployment rate is at that point, and what you set the federal funds rate at. So before you start anything, you're basically playing the game a first time and recording these three results. Let me show you then the game. So I'll give you this link here, but essentially let's kind of repost here what the game looks like. This is what the game looks like. And so you can see here that for the very first quarter, 16 quarters remaining, you're going to then record these following three numbers. So here I would basically put in, right, I'd have to write down these numbers. I actually didn't do that, right, but I would enter in 4, 4.68, and 2.11. Okay, so then, now again, you don't really know anything at this point, so you're just kind of learning as you go along here. So let's say, for instance, that I change, so you can see here I'm hitting the cut thing. Let's say that I change the federal funds rate, this green thing, to 3% instead of 4%. So I'm going to lower the interest rate. Then I hit go, and you'll see that it makes like a fancy sound. And you can see that the numbers are changing. Okay, so now I'm going to put in these three numbers for number 15. So I'll put in the 3, the 4.41, and the 2.30. So basically, I'm just going to keep playing that game then 15 times. Now you can keep it the same, so I could keep it at 3%. I'm kind of reading these news and seeing if it's telling me anything different. But basically, you're trying to get by the end, by number 16, you're trying to get the natural unemployment rate around this number, 5, and you're trying to get the inflation rate around 2. So you just play the game once and record the numbers and enter them into this chart. Then you're actually going to do a survey. So in this survey, let me just close this out here. Here's the survey I've designed. And in this survey, basically what I do is I'm going to assign everyone a random number. So whether you do this extra credit opportunity or not, everyone will have a random number. But then, and you can see this is how it'll look on your phone. So you could do this on your phone or on a computer, but you're then basically selecting these things: your age. If you're over 30, let me know and I'll write, or you could just write 30. Doesn't matter that much. Selecting the ethnic group that you identify with, and you can pick multiple. Tell me what kind of high school you attended, what's your major right now in college, are you a first-generation student? Okay, so I think it'll annoy you a little bit if you don't fill out certain things because I'm trying to capture information. I think it'll let me go on now. Okay, so now for these questions in the survey, of which there I think are about 5 to 10 questions, obviously you might not know the answers to these things because you haven't formally learned about the Federal Reserve. Don't feel like you have to go search it on Google or anything like that. Just make guesses, or try to think about it a little bit and make a number, and basically do these pretty quickly. And then from the survey, from this chart that you created, that's what you're using then to, that's what you're using to fill out this. So I tried to make it easy as possible, but basically then you're just sliding these to the appropriate number of what you had, approximately, right? So if it's if it's really hard to get it to be exactly what you want it to be, just try to get it approximate. And so I would then do this for each of the 16 quarters, et cetera, all the way down to the end. Okay. After you've done that, then I want you to read this very quick link right here that I put in the Google document, but you'll see that the information is right here. So you'll just read this very quick site. Then I want you to watch 6 rather short videos, and these are rather short. The average video is here, I think, about like a minute long, 2 minutes long. So it's not going to be very long, and you're just sitting and watching them. And then basically, I'm going to have you play the game again, except the second, and then you're going to record your results. And there'll be a second survey to fill out, except now it'll just ask you only what your ID number is, and then it will ask you again the 16 quarters of information. So if you do this, there will be extra credit, and I'll specify how that extra credit is going to work in this instruction document.